Right, welcome. What is going on? This is your boy alertwolf, and I am bringing to you saying I'm using my phone to get the title, using my phone to cheat all the time, always with the phone to cheat. Transformers Prime Season 2. This one is episode 26, The Darkest Hour. And, alright, so this episode begins with, you know what, is this a little tilted? A little tilted almost, I feel like. Oh, whatever. Anyway, so I'm a little crooked, a little slanted. But, this episode begins where the other one left off, the ultimatum. What are they going to do? And Optimus Prime puts down the Star Saber in the ground, and they start giving back the weapons that they had. And, you know, it's pretty much, this is it. You know, this is it. They're going to trade back the keys for the kids. And they each go one by one, starting with Bulkhead to get Miko and, you know, Bumblebee. And then Megatron's like, well, to get Jack back, you know, it's worth 2 keys because he was the one you trusted with the Matrix. He must be special. So, Smokescreen and RC go and get Jack back, and they use the keys and start to restore Cybertron with like one freaking building of Cybertron. And you're like, all right, but Megatron has a greater plan, and he has Starscream open the space bridge, and he freaking zaps the energy through the energy beam through the space bridge at the Earth, and actually and starts cybertizing the Earth, and the Earth will turn into another Cybertron, which is funny considering the Earth is another Cybertron because it's made up of Unicron from season 1. Whatever, technically it would be restoring Unicron, but I think, you know, Megatron didn't think that far ahead. So the next thing we have is Optimus feels like this is enough, you know, because they are surrounded by Decepticon drones and whatnot. Optimus makes a break for it, grabs his sword, fucking starts fucking whacking dudes, you know what I'm saying? He's just messing people up. Megatron takes out his sword, he starts to fight. They fight. Optimus, in one of the best moves I've seen so far, he fucking chops off Megatron's arm, his prime arm, and he chops it right off. Now, you knew that was going to happen, because I didn't figure Megatron was going to keep this arm for too long. And that was awesomely epic. The Autobots, you know, start to move, and Prime goes for the Omega Lock and whacks it with his sword at full power, destroying the Omega Lock. There's a huge explosion. You know, Ratchet's wondering what's going on. He's trying to get people in. They tell him to open the space bridge. Now, before this, we did get another scene with Ratchet where Jack's mom is looking for him, and Ratchet's like, I gotta keep the line clean. And basically, they open up the bridge, and out comes the troops. And Ratchet's like, what happened? Did we restore Cybertron? What's going on? And then they explain to him what happened, and he's in shock and disbelief. But how could we sacrifice our planet? You know, that's what we've been fighting for. How could you do that? We needed that. And he's in utter disbelief. But in reality, this is all Ratchet's fault. Because had he just gotten the kids when they wanted him to get him, had they just done that, had he just did that and picked up the kids and made sure they were safe first, the Decepticons would never got their hands on the fucking children. They would have never blackmailed Prime. Prime would have used the key first. And there still would have been a battle for who's using the key, but because, you know, you have to control it and go. But that being said, alright, next thing you know, Fowler radios in, and hold on, sorry, I just get a message. Anyway, sorry about that. So Fowler calls in and he's like, Prime, Pentagon wants to know what's going on. What should we do? And Prime's like, about what? And you look, the base, the Decepticon castle was built right in front of the Autobot base. And Prime is like, that's because they know we're here. And Starscream goes in with an armada, as he calls it, of drones. And these are new designed drones. They look different from the old ones. I think they're more badass looking. And we finally, poor Starscream finally gets to transform into a jet. He hasn't done it in a season and a half. And the fighting starts. The Autobots retreat into the base. Fowler stays out with his helicopter and starts taking out Decepticons. He's like, and he's nasty with it. And Optimus realizes he has to evacuate the base. Because they're going to destroy the base. And it's about survival, according to him. And he's going to send everybody to different spots on the Earth. Friggin' Wheeljack shows up in his spaceship, and he starts fighting back, and that's cool because Wheeljack starts kicking ass, and now it's 2 people flying, and they're like, they're not gonna last too long. We gotta get everybody out. So everybody starts to go to their own locations, and then the eventually Starscream shoots down Wheeljack, and you see him go off in this, slightly off screen. There's like a mountain in front of him, and he crashes behind it. And Starscream even gets some good lines in this. Something like, "That's how you take down a wrecker. That's how you wreck a wrecker." That's what Starscream says when he takes him down. And you don't know if he's dead, but you do know that his ship went down. Then Megatron positions his ship above the base and charges the weapon, the main gun, to fire down onto the base. Prime tells Ratchet to go and that he has to take out the space bridge so that nobody can track where they went. And then Prime charges the sword. The weapon gets charged from, at the same time from space, and it fires down, and Prime chops the thing, which is friggin' poor Prime. If he had known they were just going to torch the base anyway, then he didn't have to stay behind because it didn't matter. They were just going to blow up the fucking thing anyway. Whatever. But then the base is annihilated. During the time... No. Right as this is happening, Jack's mom is trying to find Jack, and she gets targeted by a drone, and Agent Fowler takes it out, but then they both watch as the base gets destroyed, and it's like, oh my god, that's it. Everybody's dead. Or, she knows her children were there. Like, this is fucked up. Like, this is fucked up to watch. And, he turns his head and flies away. Then Then Starscream and Megatron are standing around in the rubble of the Autobot base, and Starscream's like, "I think we found it." He goes, "Yeah, this was the right place, Megatron," because they'd won. And Starscream gets another good line: "United we stand, but divided they fall." Another awesome line. And this is where the season finale leaves us. They pan out at the devastation, and you see what looks like Optimus's hand like this, and it's not moving in the rubble. And that's how they end this season. Wow. It was really good. 5 out of 5. I think the next season, according to the wiki, is called Beast Hunters. So I have no idea, and it's supposed to come out in the spring of 2013. So I have no idea what and it's, unfortunately, for some reason, they're going to make this a short season, whereas most seasons are like, 26 episodes. This season is only going to be 16, so I don't know why they're doing that, but this season was amazing. Overall, the whole season, in my opinion, gets a 5 out of 5. Season 1 gets a 5 out of 5. This episode gets a 5 out of 5. It was amazing. It was epic. You know, the cliffhanger blew me away. I didn't see that coming. You know, they can't restore Cybertron. Their base gets destroyed. They scatter to the winds, and there's a little bit of unanswered questions too, because did they get the weapons back when Prime destroyed the Omega Lock? Did the other Autobots get the weapons that were there back? Did somebody? I didn't see anybody look like they were leaving with the Forge of Solus Prime, that big freaking hammer. I don't see why you would leave that weapon behind, because you could forge Star Sabers left and right with it, but it takes a Prime to wield it. What other effects did the cyberization process have? We know it built the castle. Did it do anything else? I don't know. What about Black Arachnia? She was being held in a cell. Is she, I mean, in almost like suspended animation, is she going to be free now? Like, or no, not Black Arachnia. She's just Arachnia. My fault. The Beast Wars and whatnot. But, so there are a lot of unanswered questions going into next season. I'm wondering if they're going to address them, but that's great, man. I like it. Keep me wanting more, and that's what I want, more. They had a marathon. Unfortunately, I lost the freaking channel when the marathon was going out, but it came back just in time for me to watch the season finale, which I was so stoked over. So this has been Alert Wolf here, telling you click it up if you like it, subscribe if you can, comment if you must, and thanks guys for watching my Transformers Prime review, and I hope to, and I will be back next season to review this show. And please watch some of the other shows I review if you like my style of reviewing. Alright, that's it.